Here comes the GBB. This is animal nighttime behavior part 2 of after feeding them. Well, some of them didn't actually eat, they're actually out hunting themselves. They threw the crickets in. So a lot of them are actually exploring on their own. They're hunting their food tonight. Some I threw right into the burrow, and of course I sprinkled some of the crickets where they're outside of the burrow, so they actually naturally hunt for them. Spooky, I named Spooky for a reason, because they get spooked pretty quick. So they're probably hesitant because I have the light on them. Let's go back into the tellies, see if the GBB will start moving again. I wish I had better, lighting. Hold on, I'm gonna put the light down for a second. I'm gonna see if the GBB will start moving again. There's Evie! Isn't Evie so cute? I love the flying geckos. Tish likes to hide a lot. Tish normally should be hiding in here, or should be popping her head up out of cork barks, and it'd be so freaking cute. Let's back that out a little bit. The Baja gray bird eater doesn't like to come out much. Alright, I'm gonna move the versicolor real quick because I like to get the airflow in more, and I don't want too much air hitting some of these guys. Look at that, they're such a weirdo. Remy. Remy's actually a girl. Remy's not a boy. You okay? Did you fall asleep? I swear she acts like an old guy. You act like old grumpy man, don't you? She does. Yeah, I swear she falls asleep in the weirdest spots. Stretch your legs, girlfriend. She's like, why did you do that? Hi, beautiful. Say hi to everybody. See, look, I'm gorgeous. I'm a pretty spider. You're gonna start dancing? She likes to do her food dance. Dance, Remy, dance. Show everybody how pretty you are. Come here. Come closer. That's a pretty girl. Look how beautiful that girl is. Beautiful curly hair. Absolutely stunning. So next that Autumn's a boy. Autumn is looking more and more scrawny, so it definitely turned into a mature male. And that's the only thing about mature males. They start out so pretty, and then as they get older, they get so scrawny, and they look so lethargic, and they look like an old bony dude. It just looks horrible. I feel bad for the males after a while. The females, they stay bold, bulky, and beautiful. Even as they age, they get really big and bold and bulky and beautiful. And the poor males, they just shrivel down and they become real leggy and just lethargic looking. I feel bad for the male species of tarantulas. What do you think, Reaper? So yes, we feel bad for our boys. They look really bad. Half the time you can't tell if they're still alive and they look like they're dying. It's bad. It's real bad. It freaks me out sometimes when I see Autumn. I know the problem is with Autumn, though, that the reason why it freaks me out with Autumn is because of how old Autumn is. And unfortunately, the male species doesn't live that long. So I'm about to pair him up soon with Remy because they're about the same age. And unfortunately, Autumn's getting to the age where I should probably definitely pair them up soon because if she does eat him, I think it'd probably be okay. He's about 4 years old. And unfortunately, males only live to a certain age. Especially the curly hairs. Sometimes they can only live 5 to 8 years. And since they're already going on 4 years old, might as well pair them up. Hi, babe. Are you coming to say hi? Hi, girl. Hi. Ming Ming. Hi, Ming Ming. I know, my handwriting's horrible. Look at that. Carpal tunnel, man, makes your handwriting look like a child's handwriting. When your fingers and stuff, lock up, It's just ridiculous. I had the prettiest handwriting. And then in the past year, my handwriting has turned into like a child's handwriting. If anyone can relate to that. Anybody with arthritis, carpal tunnel, and all that stuff, I bet you could totally relate to what I'm talking about. That pretty spider. Orange tree spiders are gorgeous. Alright, I'm going to move this cage real quick. Alright, we moved that. And yes, my window is cracked open to let the fresh air in, to let the cool air in. But the nighttime air is not so cool. But it's not like I can run the AC on all night. I actually have to deal with the heat and the temperatures because I can't have the children freezing. Nope, we cannot have that. But if I get too hot, honestly, I would go out in the living room and I would lay down and turn on the AC out there and cool myself down. I have to. But I put up with the hot temperatures for my babies. Oh, look, there's little one. Did you get a cricket? Can't tell with you. That is a baby Mexican fire red leg. Mexican fire leg. God. Can you speak tonight? Say no, we cannot. See, this happens when I haven't talked to people in so long. I'll just sit here and ramble on about my beautiful spiders and my reptiles if they want to be seen. That's why I had to make this a part 2. Ooh, look who decided to come out. Okay, so Moonbin popped out, and that one decided to hide. So the Spooky would run, but there's Moonbin. Moonbin decided to come out. I guess they decided to knock on each other's doors and be like, hey, guess what? There's food out here, buddy. GBBs are very, very gorgeous spiders. One of my very favorite species of spiders, besides the Antilles. You're fine, Evie. Mommy's just climbing up. Get a closer look at my GBB. Look at that coloring. Look at the iridescence of that. That's just the legs. Absolutely gorgeous. I wish Spooky would have stayed out. I'm starting to think Moonbin is a male compared to how Spooky is compared to Moonbin. I'm really starting to think Moonbin's a boy. But that's okay, because that's a boy's name anyways, because if anybody knows the K-pop band Astro, Moonbin passed away last year. You would know all about the meaning of the name Moonbin. Look at that beautiful Antilles. Coloring is starting to really spike on this one. Of course, my camera's gonna be stupid, but as you can see from back here, you can see the coloring is starting to change. They were a blue, nothing but blue, when they're babies. Tillies are versicolors, same thing. As you see, it's starting to get more of the pinkish, reddish, purple colors. It was an all blue baby. Like, they kind of look like the Brazilian blues as babies, but a lot brighter. The bright, bright blue, and then they change, obviously, their coloring. Carapace is still always a bluish greenish color, but the rest of the body becomes more of the pink, purple, reddish colors that you see on the versicolors, which is really, really cool. I think that's really cool how they go from one color as a baby into a stunning coloration as a juvenile and an adult. And they only get more beautiful as they grow, like the pumpkin patches. They only get more and more beautiful. Look, Evie doesn't care that I'm up here. She's just like, I just want to stay cool. I don't give a crap. Same with GBBs. GBBs is another species. It's a very, very beautiful coloring. I kind of wish Spooky would have really stayed out. GBBs, though, the problem is GBBs you don't see out much. They will come out, obviously, during feeding time and obviously at nighttime. So if you want a colorful species that you do see more, I recommend the versicolor, or aka the Antilles pink toe. Kind of like I said, they're like the same damn thing, basically. But the GBBs, unfortunately, I only see them when I feed them, and they come out at night. I have to capture them. Yeah, I think it's like 11:30 at night. You have to catch them around a certain time too. They like to be out and about. This one I see out a lot. The other versicolors I see out a lot. But yeah, certain species you won't see out. Some species you will see out, like as you see my Texas tans. don't see out. That's why I had to make this one enclosure so where you can actually see her feet. But other than that, you won't see the Texas tans. I forgot I put these on top of the cage. I'm trying to scare the Versi color with my fake little fish. Now, the pink salmon bird eaters. You want a big, beautiful spider that you do see a lot. Pink salmon bird eaters are a good choice. The Baja gray bird eaters you won't see as much, but the pink salmon bird eaters you do see a lot. My pink salmon bird eaters, all of them, are always out. Curly hairs, it depends on the species. I do have different types of curly hairs. They're not all Honduran curly hairs. But it's not always just depends on the species either. It actually depends on the spider, honestly. Look how it looks. Oh, you can't see the shadow. The shadow kind of looks like a spider moving in the... Anyways. ADHD. But yeah, certain species, like I said, there's a lot of beautiful species. A lot of beautiful beginner species of tarantulas. Then there's the intermission and the middles and then the harder species and the more venomous species to deal with. But I just try to give tips on the really cool species, because a lot of my species that I have, they're not all hard to deal with, but unfortunately a lot of them you don't really see. That one I see a lot, and this one I don't see that often. Coconut I'll see here and there. Mexican red knees are out all the time. My Mexican fire legs out all the time. Mexican white knee here and there. It's still a baby. So, tree spider, that one's out a lot. These two are picky. Well, normally that one's out, but I scared the crap out of that one. I feel bad still. So, Anubis is always out. Sasha, she's not really out. But I do have other purple tree spider, which I don't ever see. I don't ever see Violet. Violet does ever want to come out. Viola does ever want to come out. Violet and Violet are my purple tree spider and my Hattie Hattie. This is Viola. She has a really cool burrow system though. But I don't really see her cat. Cat is my rose gray. Has a really cool tunnel system down in there somewhere. Oh, nope, she's up here. And there's Cat. Cat's hanging out up here today. Normally Cat's down here, but as I said, I did feed some of these guys, and she's one of the ones I fed. She's up in here. Oh yeah, I fed this one too. Are you out? Oh, of course not. I was hoping Sana would be out, because Sana's really cool to watch. Just my Trinidad pink. But they're not out right now. I know they will eventually come out. Sana's a really good eater. We want a really cool dwarf species? Get the Trinidad species. The Trinidad species are very cool dwarf species, besides the pumpkin patch, of course. Pumpkin patch is considered a dwarf species. Now the feather-legged baboon baby molted. Where's your molt at? Like, there's the molt. Look, our baby's molting, guys. Look at that molt. You see that molt right there? They just recently molted. So that baby's growing good. That's little Felix. Yeah, see, she's still chilling. Did you move that yet? It looks like you moved a little bit. They're still just kind of sitting there. I can't figure out which is the front and which one's the back. I think that's the front end. Yeah, it looks like the front. They molt so weird because actually, honestly, the last time they molted, I thought it was dead. It scared the piss out of me. They were over on this side, and they were... Oops. Sorry, I didn't mean to startle you. See, they just moved, so they're fine. Anyways, they were hanging weirdly off the rock. They were hanging like half and half. They were stuck in between here. I don't know what it's doing. For some reason, it decided to mold over here. Thought it was dead. Scared the ever-living crap out of me. And I was like, Jesus Christ. I was like, oh my God, my spider's dead. And then I waited. Thank God I waited, because at first I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna have to go in here and throw this thing out, and then we'll sit here and cry. Thank God I actually was smart and I waited, because I was like, you know what, I'm gonna wait. I think they're molting. So I waited, and then of course 5 hours later, it was just molting, and the next thing you know, I found it up in its tree, and I was like, oh, okay. There's my boy. Look at that thing. Look how scrawny Autumn looks. You're supposed to be a girl. Why'd you do this to me? Why? You betrayed me, Autumn. You betrayed me. Yeah, that boy. And now I just cleaned your water bowl. Thanks. Oh yeah, let's see if the versicolor's out. I mean the Veracruz. I guess the Veracruz and versicolor. I always say them wrong. And of course, we never see the big Trinidad olive I have. But we are going to see them soon, because I'm going to be rehousing this thing soon. And probably into a 10-gallon. Because they got to be big by now. Like, they were one of the first. There's the Veracruz. Kind of see it out. They were one of the first species that I got. So, they got to be huge by now. And they were about this size when I put them in there. And I put them in there 3 years ago. And I don't ever see it. I see it sometimes. And I know it's still alive and it's still fine, because the webbing's constantly changing. The food's constantly eating. There's constantly molts in there. And I see its feet every now and then. So I know it's doing good. But I know it's got to be freaking huge by now. So it's got to come out. So when I dig that thing up, I'll record it. And then we're going to see how big they got in. And I'll show you a before shot of when it was a baby. Because I had it, like I said, it was a baby when I put it in here. That's probably about the size of sushi. And that's between these two sizes. Sushi and Jazz here. Like I said, it was tiny. It was tiny going into that big enclosure. But yeah, like we're gonna find out. We're gonna find out how it looks. Let's see if any babes popped out at all. Nope, no babies yet. It's actually almost midnight. You guys are no fun tonight. Last time we did a video though, all the babies popped out. That was the video of me doing the video on all my tarantulas that I own. I'm gonna be getting some new ones though. I have a list going on of the next selection of babies I'm looking at to get. And of course, she went back into hiding. Oh, there's Beta. Finally! One of my Cresties are out. There's one of the Harlequins, the male Harlequin. And you have no idea what he's doing. There's such... my animals are not normal. I did a video a while back on my animals being totally abnormal and strange. And man, are they funny. I have my tokay gecko swinging weirdly upside down from her top of her screen. I have my crested gecko doing some crossing from her log to the glass. Like, these guys are funny. Hi, Jace. What you doing, buddy? I think I just like saying the name Jace. If anybody knows the book Shadowhunters, you'll know. Yeah, I don't know what my boy's up to. He's so cute. He's so funny. I'm so lucky, and thank God I'm lucky that my crested geckos still have their tails. I've had my crested geckos 5 years now. Yeah, I've had them both for 5 years now. I've had these guys. I got these guys from Tiki's Geckos, my Harlequins. My son has Precious, my flame crested gecko. That's why I don't see her. Like, because I was showing her before a lot. And then my son wanted her really bad. And I can't say no to my son. So I put her in his room. And I respect his privacy. He's a teenager now. And he's autistic. And with him being autistic, he's very sensitive. So I give my son his privacy. I don't want to upset my boy. I love my boy. I love my son. But unfortunately, I'm not one of those parents that sit here and exploit my children on camera. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I know Trench Cat and everybody, they don't mind showing their kids off here and there on camera, but I don't know. I just don't. Ever since the whole family vloggers and all that crap that be going on, I don't put my kids on camera. I have 3 boys, and one has severe ADHD, the one is severely autistic, and the other one's just a cutie pie. So yeah, people don't even know that I have 3 boys, but I do. I have children. I just don't like to show off my children. But soon enough, they're all getting grown, so soon you'll be seeing them on camera, because soon they will be helping me a lot more. I don't make them help me now, even though they want to. They like helping me. I have them help me doing stuff, but I'll wait until they decide to want to be on camera, because they are hitting the teenage stage. And one is teenager, the other one's preteen. So I'll let them decide what they want to do. If they want to be in my videos, or if they want to be seen helping or playing with the animals. Because they have their own pets that they take care of. I can do a video one of these times with them and how they take care of their animals and everything. Because I want someone to be a YouTuber anyways. So yeah, I'll probably have him on the channel soon enough. I think how pretty we are tonight. Aww. She's about to shed. Oh yeah, you can see it. Look at Ming Ming. You see the coloring difference? You see the white. She's starting to become more white on top. And she's becoming really lazy like that. She's about to shed. So I'm going to be setting up her area. When she sheds, for some reason she's obsessed with this rock. She won't go in the human hide. She won't go anywhere else she wants. She won't do any of that for some reason. So what I do is eventually I'll wet down this rock for her. And I will try to set up some sphagnum moss and peat moss. She wouldn't let me do that last time. Last time she carried it off and she stuck it in her freaking hide and just rubbed herself on the rock instead. But I'm going to try again. I'm going to try again with some sphagnum moss, peat moss, and all that stuff. And then I'll just keep it all nice and wet, and she'll roll around and eat her shed. And I caught it on camera last time, her eating it. I kept moistening her, like every half an hour, spray her down a little bit. And then I kept the rock wet for her. She did great. She did beautiful. She had fun. You're still just going to sit there? Alright, before this video becomes too long too. Like anybody really wants to hear me talk anyways. Boring, right guys? But I just wanted to give out some few pointers on which species you really see out at night, which ones you don't really see out at night. I'll do another video. Obviously, I do all my videos at nighttime because I study nighttime behavior on these guys. So that's another reason why I like to point out which species you will see a lot at night. That one stopped moving. It's probably closed up like that a little bit, probably because of air. And there's a little bit of air coming down. So I'll probably put something on there so it will block the air from bugging it too much. But I do want to turn the air on because it is hot. And there's humid air. It's humid out right now. Which is actually perfect for a lot of the tropical species like flying geckos and stuff. There's a lot of the geckos I have. Because of the simple fact that we are getting severe storms between tonight and tomorrow. Yeah, this will block some of that air off. And it won't block it off, it'll be fine. But yeah, we're going to get severe storms. I'm going to record that tomorrow. I'm going to record if it's severe storms because for some reason everyone loves watching thunderstorms. And if it's good storms, we have some really good storms, which I've gotten a lot of good storms on camera. Like if you go back to some of my other videos where you can really hear the thunder or you can see the good lightning strikes. I actually catch some good storms. We get some really good storms where I live. So yeah, I'm gonna film that tomorrow, hopefully. Even though it's not really a good thing to get severe storms, but it's really cool to document the storms and how they come in, how the cloud formation, everything looks really cool. Just like I do with these guys, of documenting anything that's scientific. Staying school kids, really awesome. But anyways, I actually gotta get to sleep. I gotta get up early. I got a couple things I gotta do. But if, like always, if I can't sleep, which is nothing new, especially with my back issues, I will see what these guys are up to come later on. And then we'll just make it a third video. But until then, I'll see you guys tomorrow.